Hello and welcome back. Today we are continuing our Romance of the Three Kingdoms XIII run. Started with Liu Bei, now we're here. This is the 3 visit scenario, and last episode we did have the 3 visits. We're this little green guy here. We only have 23,000 troops, and if we look what's going on, we are right now big scared of Cao Cao, who has 600,000 troops. And so we're probably going to have to do a little bit of run and gunning, a little bit of duck, dip, and diving, a little bit of dodging, and so that'll help out. But last episode we got a great boon in the form of the very excellent officer Zhuge Liang, who's now rounding out for us a very strong roster in terms of individual officers who are going to help us a lot throughout this game. He's very strong in the intelligence stat, and he is part of our now good cadre of comrades, who is going to be Guan Yu, the great warrior. You can see the stats in the upper right, who is our oath brother. The other oath brother, he got kicked to the curb a little bit here. He drank too much, so we kicked him out. We have Zhuge Liang, newly acquired, and we have a couple of ministers who are going to help us out. You know what? We probably could do a little bit better than Sun Huan or Mi Zhu in Huang Yuying, who is the wife of Zhuge Liang. So why don't we swap one of these guys out? I think we're going to swap you out, my gentleman, my guy, my sir. And now this will be boosting their governance and intelligence each by 7. And we, of course, have the 3 wives alongside Bijou, this is the guy on the chopping block. He's going to get replaced next, but we do have the 3 wives, Huawei, who is not part of history, but she is going to be pretty nice for us. Notably, she is the adopted daughter of Sun Huan. Big thanks for the extra wife, the 3rd wife. We have Mi Shi, and we also have a Gan Shi. Hopefully nothing happens to Mi Shi at this episode. That would be terrible and tragic. One day, during Cao Cao's quickening conquest of the nation, he gave word to send out a petition. You seek prodigies? Yes, let it be known in all corners of my domain. Let them know that Cao Cao seeks great men of talent. Any and all form is genius. Are you sure? With great genius comes great madness. I care not. I wish to meet them. Very well. And he will meet them he shall. Meet them he shall. In this year, Cao Cao issued an edict to his ministers, ordering them to nominate other talented officials to Cao Cao's service. I ask for talented people. I care not for their morals like Liu Bei. Regardless of their social standing, this played a large role in strengthening Cao Cao's forces. Meritocracy only. This is why he has all the smart officers and we just have all the big dum-dums who wield the sticks good. Soon after he called for talent, the Pheasant Tower was completed. Man, it's so quiet during these cutscenes. The Pheasant Tower was completed, which the temple was created to house the bronze pheasant, which was considered a favorable sign from the heavens. Constructed this in northern China, in the northern plains, a little bit north of the Yellow River, I think. Upon its completion, Cao Cao hosted a huge banquet, gathering all of his talented officers, both old and new. That's a big banquet. There's Cao Cao being all Cao Cao like. The symbol of favor, the bronze pheasant, is a true treasure. Yet the greatest treasure is the talented gathered here before me. Aww. The real talent is the talent we made along the way. It has been thanks to your work that we have achieved what we have here. I once again offer my gratitude. I ask you to continue to hone your skills and continue to support me. Wow, and this is the bad guy, by the way. Let us build this new world together. This is the bad guy. This is the baddie. He doesn't seem too much of a baddie right now, does he? All warm and fuzzy. With the completion of the Bronze Pheasant Tower, Cao Cao's forces gained further momentum and conquest of the land's gathered speed. He's gathering momentum, folks. Gathering momentum and troops. I do believe we will get to see who joins his forces in just a moment. At the end of this cutscene, Cao Cao sends out requests for talent, and he creates the Pheasant Pavilion. I guess not. Big nice. We are making sure to periodically visit the wives, because you can get this event. We haven't spoken enough just yet. Let us finish this in the bedroom. It's called wife maxing. It's called making kids. It's called, yeah, that's what it is. That's what we're doing. Alright. Oh, boys. Having taken Zhongyuan, that's the area to the north, Cao Cao sought to expand his might by marching south. He was met with resistance by Liu Bei and Liu Bei, but Liu Bei at the front perished to sudden illness. Liu Bei, who was succeeded by Liu Hong, complied with his vassal's advice to surrender to Cao Cao. Spineless. Liu Bei, now faced with Cao Cao's assault on his own, was forced to retreat towards Jiangxia, where Liu Qi offered much-needed aid. Civilians numbering in the tens of thousands followed Liu Bei as he crossed into the lands. People, listen. If we make it to Jiangxia, Liu Qi will take care of your needs. It isn't much farther now. A message, sire. People following from behind are being chased down by Cao Cao's army near Changban. Oh no. So he's finally caught up. Brother, hurry up and make it for the city. No, I will rescue them. Zhang Fei, make for Jiangxia at once. Don't let us keep you behind, Liu Bei. You're only getting safety is more important than ours. Your getting to safety is more important than ours. And leave you behind? I cannot turn a blind eye to the suffering of the people. That's where you're mistaken. The people have followed you because they believe in your dream. Even that, if you go down in glory to save them, who will look to them? Who will they look to then? I see. I must flee and escape and save myself. Go. I will help the others. Make for safety. Let me be the hero. I won't fall without a fight. We're counting on you, says Guan Yu. Leave it to me, Guan Yu. I won't let my brother down. Alright. Awkward. Off he goes. Come now, brother, hurry. Let's not let Zhang Fei's brave stand go to waste. Meanwhile, Zhao Yun, who had stayed behind to protect Liu Bei's family, had lost them in the chaos as they fled from Cao Cao. My lady, Liu Shan. Oh no! Our wife maxing. I have failed. Where have they gone? I hope they are safe. Zhao Yun. Oh no. Mishi, thank goodness you are safe. You and the child are safe. My horse is right over here, my lady. Ride and escape. We cannot leave one of the wives behind. Without a horse, you'll never survive. Take the child and go. Oh no! But... oh no! The wife! I leave Liu Shan's fate in your hands. Go now! Oh no! My lady, stop! What are you doing? Oh, she fell down a well. Terrible. In the midst of the fear and panic caused by Cao Cao's large force, Zhao Yun finds Liu Bei's child, Do. And, of course, the wife jumps down the well. Young master, do not worry. I shall deliver you safely to your father. Ah! An enemy officer, kill him! Don't let him get away. This is one of my favorite depictions in the story. Seizing Zhao Yun's savage approach, even the vast numbers of Cao Cao's force began to fear. And he rode through them, cutting them down like flies. Who is that man? It's Zhao Yun, of course. I'm Zhao Yun of Chengshan. Zhao Yun is from the far north. Those who stand in the way of the young master will die. Open the way! It is said that here, in this charge, Zhao Yun struck down over 50 veteran enemy officers, not to mention troops. He successfully defended Do and broke through the encirclement of Cao Cao's army. Dun, 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 dun. And he gets his own cutscene. That's how you get your own cutscene. After sending Liu Bei to safety, Zhang Fei came to confront Cao Cao's army at the bridge leaving Changban. I'll fend off the enemy. None of them shall cross this bridge. Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun, what happened to the lady and child? Did you stop Liu Bei's wife maxing? Oh no, Liu Shan is in my arms. The lady threw herself into a well. Terrible. After entrusting him to me, I see Liu Bei has ridden to safety. You must hurry and follow him. I will. Good luck to you. And to you. The fearsome Zhang Fei is here. Cao Cao. Reinforcements? As long as I stand, none here shall pass. So he stood on the bridge all by himself. He's like, yo dogs, come and get some. In an attempt to stem the pursuit of Cao Cao's men, Zhang Fei took his place alone on the bridge, Changban Bridge. But he was a little sneaky about it. I believe there are enemy troops to the rear because he tied up a bunch of oxes and had them run in circles. No, that is what they want us to think, but that man here, his appearance, his weapon. Cao Cao was already familiar with Guan Yu, and Guan Yu said that Zhang Fei was more fearsome. I am Zhang Fei of Yan, fight me if you dare. And so this made Cao Cao fear Zhang Fei. As I thought, I've been told he is a powerful warrior who will fight through a force of 1,000,000 to take a commander's head. This is what he was told by Guan Yu when Guan Yu served under Cao Cao temporarily. Make your choice. Will you fight, or will you crawl home with your legs between your tails? Terrible. Come fight me! And with the 20 oxes raising dust in the background, and die! And reportedly, one of Cao Cao's officers died from his shout. Overcome by the powerful yell, the forces of Cao Cao are totally overwhelmed and begin to fall apart. He sent them packing. That's what he did. He said, you guys go home. Thanks to Zhang Fei's gallant defense, Liu Bei and his throng of following people safely made it to Jiangxia, where Liu Qi happily welcomed them. This allowed Liu Bei to further muster his army at Jiangxia. I think we get some of the stats we have been developing in our army. We do get a sort of friendship bonus, a special friendship bonus with Zhao Yun, who doesn't save our wife, but he saves the child. He saves Liu Shan. Zhao Yun obtains the Sword of Light in the chaos of the battle, which did belong to Cao Cao. Zhang Fei bellows at Changban and sends Cao Cao's army running. Liu Bei is chased to Jiangxia by Cao Cao. Liu Bei and Zhao Yun gain the special bond, unwavering loyalty. Mishi died, though. Rip. Pour one out for Mishi. Liu Bei also died. Liu Kong succeeds Liu Bei, and the Liu Kong army falls, surrendering to Cao Cao. So I do believe we have been doing stuff to improve the city a little bit. I believe some of that transfers over from Xinye, but now we don't have that city anymore. That city's gone. Fall into Cao Cao, or Cao Cao. The Romance, or Dynasty Warriors 3 hits hard. They mispronounce Cao Cao. Cao Cao is Cao Cao the entire time, so if I occasionally make that error, I apologize. But Cao Cao pushes into the south, and now we just have this lowly city, and also, more importantly, we only have 2 wives. Terrible. I think this is the new comrade setup we're going to use. We, of course, did lose a wife slot, but we gained a friend in Zhao Yun, so we can slot him in now. So we'll have Zhao Yun is Guan Yu as our kind of valiant general comrades, these 2 as our intelligence, or these 3 as our intelligence comrades, and, of course, the first wife, Gan Shi, will round out the group of comrades. All of us getting plus 10 intelligence, plus 5 martial, strength, and plus 1 leadership as well. There's our boy Lu Su. We did our last run as Lu Su. After his great defeat at Changban, Liu Bei fled to Jiangxia. He was visited there by Lu Su, an officer of Sun Quan. Lu Su proposed that Liu Bei and Sun Quan join forces as to oppose Cao Cao. Agreeing, Liu Bei sent Zhuge Liang as his envoy. They were buddy-buddy. Lu Su was very sympathetic to Liu Bei, historically speaking, or well, like, in the book novels. Simultaneously with Zhuge Liang, a visit, an epistle from Cao Cao arrived demanding Sun Quan surrender. In this strained atmosphere with the entire camp in an uproar, Zhuge Liang requested an audience with Sun Quan. Master Zhuge Liang, this way. All the ministers are gathered here today. Allow me to introduce you to them first. Very well, let's go. We'll get the introductions. We'll get the deets. We'll get the cutscenes. Faced with Cao Cao's threats, Sun Quan's ministers split into 2 groups, those for submitting and those for against. He has a 1,000,000-man host. It's very big in the north, and Sun Quan doesn't have the forces. But Zhuge Liang walks in. Zheng Zhao, the leader of the submission group, engages Zhuge Liang in debate, correctly deducing that he had come here to urge Wu to fight. Wu, of course, being Sun Quan's force. It is an honor to meet the renowned Master Zhuge Liang. If you would, there's something that has been troubling me. Yes, what's that? You have been ranked with the great minds of the past. How is it that Lord Liu Bei was so badly defeated by Lord Cao Cao? This is a good question. He did lose a wife there. He's not wife maxing too hard, is he? The first emperor was defeated repeatedly by his enemy, Jiang Yu, but he prevailed in the final battle and thus created the Han Dynasty. This is referring to Liu Bang some 300 years earlier. A strategist plans for the war. Basing your argument on the outcome of a single battle seems imprudent at best. There's Yu Fan. Cao Cao had a force of millions. In the light of that, your words sound like howling of a beaten cur. Millions, yes, but they are an untrained mob. Surely those blessed with both a well-trained force and a geographic advantage who still wish to submit would better deserve something. Okay. The time of the Han is the past. The might of the land rests with Cao Cao. You cannot withstand him. I forget who that is. I think it's Yin something. I'm trying to read him fast because... Watch your words. Are those the words of those who profess full loyalty and filial piety? Wah! Get owned. Cao Cao served the imperial court and received their gold, and now that they're weak, he moves to destroy them? So you say that if your lord's position is weakened, he is no longer worthy of your respect? Is that what you call right? Oh, get owned. Idiots. This is why we brought Zhuge Liang in, to convince them. Stop this at once. Where are your manners? Is that Huang Gai? You do be looking like Huang Gai. Oh, he's announcing Sun Quan. That is Sun Quan. Master Zhuge, please forgive them. They are merely concerned for the future of their land. As they should be. Cao Cao's in the north. He's pissed. Please, I would hear your thoughts on the conditions that face our land in these times. Of course. My lord, you only have to ask. And we let him know what's up. Then tell me, what do you think I and my forces should do, Master Zhuge Liang? Cao Cao has conquered both Zhongyuan and Jing. He has 1 million soldiers. Though you gather all of Wu, you would still find it difficult to resist him. Then why does Lord Liu Bei not surrender? Even an untried youth may do his duty. More so, a proven hero like Lord Liu Bei, he is not a coward as to surrender without a fight. But he is a coward enough to run, so there's that. You dare say that I am a coward? Ah, get goated. That I am less than an even tried youth? He kind of is an untried youth, to be honest. Please accept my apologies, which of course is why Zhuge Liang says that. I only said that to test your resolve. Forgive me for doubting you. My resolve, you said? You said you believe we have a chance at victory? Cao Cao may have the numbers, but they're poorly trained mob that's tired from their march and don't know how to fight on water. How can this worry Wu's elite? The Wu elite. I share Master Zhuge Liang's opinions. This is Zhou Yu, the nemesis of Zhuge Liang. Zhou Yu, you're here finally. I'm glad you have to say that, but are you sure we can beat a force of 1 million? Those numbers are but an empty threat. Our elite soldiers can defeat them. I have decided. After hearing the smart people in the room, I shall ally with Lord Liu Bei and fight Cao Cao. Ha! Hear me, from now on, any that call for surrender will suffer the same fate as this desk. He cuts it in half. Zhou Yu, I make you Grand Commander. You must defeat Cao Cao. I pledge my life to it. Okay, there's the cut right there. Sun Quan forged an alliance with Liu Bei and gathers all his forces to fight Cao Cao. This begins the Battle of Qi Bi. There we go. Alright, so we have recruited our spear proficiency to 1,000, which is going to give us another option in terms of the buildings we can construct here in Jiangxia, which we will hopefully retain as a city over time. I think we'll take gains more connection with cooperating officers right here. We don't have a lot of gold, so it's not like we can just keep running training all the time. And so, I mean, maybe we would want a little bit of bonus or something that just gives max leadership experience. But I think combat training is going to be nice. Form some bonds between our guys so that when our guys fight, they're going to fight a little bit better together. So we're going to choose this option. So without us really intervening or kind of giving an impetus to this, our wife managed to employ Wei Yan, who is one of the 5 tiger generals of Shu, alongside Guan Yu, Zhao Yun, Zhang Fei. Or no, wait, no, he wasn't one of the tiger generals. He was one of the mid generals. No, but he's one of the stronger generals. He's got 86 leadership, 89 war, 71 intelligence. It's reasonable. Officer of Shu, joined Liu Bei after serving Liu Bao, where his skills were second only to the 5 tiger generals. He would have been the 6th tiger general if there was 6, but 5 is just a better number. Following Zhuge Liang's death, came into conflict with Yang Yi and was cut down by Ma Dai according to Zhuge Liang's posthumous orders. He tried to rebel against Shu. He got cut down, but for now we'll be able to use his skills. He's pretty strong. Another spear guy. You'll notice the consistent theme. We get a lot of those with Shu. A little bit harder to find horse and bow aptitude guys, but he does have good talents as far as the fighting department goes, as well as the Steel General Command, which is going to be pretty solid. It's AoE. I believe it boosts a lot of other people's defense, not just his own, so he's going to be a pretty nice boon. Going to serve really well with Guan Yun and Zhao Yun. And Guan Yu and Zhao Yun we probably keep with us, and then we need to spread out some really strong generals as well. And so Zhang Fei and Wei Yan are going to be 2 other generals that are going to be nice to place in other cities, because you want to have a balance, at least in this romance of the Three Kingdoms. You want to be able to balance and spread out your better officers, but you're simultaneously you're incentivized as a result of the comrade system to kind of if you want to boost the very best guys the most, you're incentivized to have them all stacked, and so he's going to be a very, very nice pickup for us. He was kind of snaked by one of the officers or one of the forces down here who normally has him in Changsha, but we managed to employ him on up. It's time for more cutscenes. While Zhou Yu was preparing for a visit, an old friend, Jian Gan, paid him a visit. Master Zhou Yu, I am glad to see you well. I had hoped to talk of old times. I have heard that you serve Cao Cao. Please tell me you didn't come here to try and get us to surrender. What? Do not believe that, old friend. Then I should take my leave. Wait, a poor joke is all. I shall have the presentations for a banquet started immediately. We shall talk then. But he's a spy. He's doing spy things. That night, after the banquet, Zhou Yu invited Jian Gan to sleep in his tent. After conversing a time, Zhou Yu fell asleep. On his desk in the tent was a letter. Checking that Zhou Yu was asleep, Jian Gan quietly read the letter. This is an officer of our army. I must inform Lord Cao Cao at once. Uh-oh. Jian Gan, you've returned. Were you able to turn Zhou Yu? No, my lord, but I found something you should know immediately. He handed Cao Cao the letter that explained that both Kai Mao and Zhang Yun were consorting with the enemy. How dare they turn on me, says Cao Cao. Summon them both at once. Furious, Cao Cao summoned Kai Mao and Zhang Yun. These were the people from Liu Bei's force that were teaching them how to fight with ships, because Cao Cao's army didn't know. It was after that he executed them that Cao Cao realized that this was a trick by Zhou Yu. Oh no, false information! It's fake news! Those guys were in fact not working with Zhou Yu. Master Zhou Yu, quite impressive. Master Zhuge Liang was also full of praise. And this, of course, will make Zhou Yu upset. Zhuge Liang was aware of my plan? The man is a genius. I fear he will someday trouble us if we allow him to live. Oof. I have a plan that will take care of Zhuge Liang. Lu Su, please ask Master Zhuge Liang to attend our meeting tomorrow, as you command. The battle will soon be upon us, Master Zhuge Liang. What do you think is the best weapon for fighting on the water? We'll have a little bit of game. First, bows and arrows, of course. The more there are, the better. The more, the merrier. I agree, but our force lacks arrows. I would like to ask you to arrange for more. Do you think you could get us 100,000 in 10 days? That's a lot of arrows. 10 days would be easy. 3 days is enough. What, are you crazy? You may punish me if I do not get them for you in 3 days. Having gotten the promise from Zhuge Liang, Zhou Yu quietly arranged for supplies and craftsmen to be unavailable. But Zhuge Liang showed no sign of panic. On the third day, he suddenly gathered a convoy of boats and loaded stacks of straw on them, then set sail. Off he went. Off he went to trick Cao Cao some more. What is it? It looks like we're under attack in the heavy fog. We can't see clearly, but it looks like a large number of ships with fake troops. The enemy wants us to rush into the fog. Gather our archers and shoot the enemy full of arrows. And so they shot at them instead of engaging them. It appears to have gone well, says Zhuge Liang. He's gotten 100,000 arrows, borrowed them, if you will, from Cao Cao's army. He'll be returning them later. I have obtained the arrows. Each of the ships have 5,000 to 6,000. Together it should be around 100,000. Amazing. How did you know there would be fog tonight? It can be foreseen when you consider the heavens and the land. That is why I asked for 3 days. A fearsome talent, says Zhou Yu. I am right. Someday this man will bring us trouble. The Battle of Wits had not yet been decided, but with the work of both Zhuge Liang and Zhou Yu, preparations were made. The battle with Cao Cao was fast approaching, the Battle of Red Cliffs. Tensions rise as the battle with Cao Cao draws near. During this time, Zhuge Liang approaches Zhou Yu to discuss the upcoming strategy. Cao Cao has built a veritable fortress on the water. It will not be easy to defeat. Master Zhuge Liang, do you have a strategy in mind? That sounds like Zhou Yu approaching him. I do have a plan, says Zhuge Liang, and yet, I cannot imagine that my lord Zhou Yu does not already have a plan in mind. Certainly I have a plan, of sorts. Then let us do this. We will both write our plan on the hands and show them at the same time. Very well, let us proceed. Each showed the strategy written on the palms. Each word was on both hands was the word fire. We have the same thought. You have eased my heart. Then let us begin preparations immediately. Some days later, a wise man visited Cao Cao's forces, called the Fledgling Phoenix. This man, Peng Tong, was said to be on par with Zhuge Liang. Master Peng, thank you for visiting. As you can see, we will soon do battle with Sun Quan. I would appreciate any advice you would give me. With such great encampment, I doubt Sun Quan will fall quickly. Still, there's this one thing. I doubt not, rather. Peng Tong indicated that many sick people in the camp and claimed it was due to seasickness. Bring your ships close together and chain them together. Then connect them with large planks. In that way, the ship's surface will be like land. I see. We would no longer have to worry about the wind and waves. I shall see it done. That went well. Lord Zhou Yu, my work here is done. Oh no, Peng Tong's working with Zhou Yu? Sun Quan's camp, Huang Gai visited Zhou Yu, who's preparing for the fire attack. Master Zhou Yu, you seem somewhat apprehensive. If there's anything I can do, Huang Gai, please don't hesitate to use me. Then I do have one request. Soon after, at a war conference, with all the officers, Huang Gai mentioned the word surrender. As an angered Zhou Yu sentenced Huang Gai to death. However, officers protested and his sentence was committed to 100 lashes. Huang Gai was kind of one of the big guys in charge, or not quite in charge, before Zhou Yu, and he served Sun Quan's father, Sun Jian. You have broken the law and endangered morale. I will have acceded to the wish that you will not be killed, but you will be punished. Now stand. Zhou Yu and Huang Gai were moved and forced him to kneel and proceeded to have him beaten. Boop. You ungrateful whelp. Ah! You're not wife-maxing? Alright, by the time he received 50 lashes, Huang Gai's back was tattered and he was covered in blood. Please, stop this. Lord Huang Gai will die. That's Gan Ning, the greatest warrior of Wu. Very well, that is enough for us today. However, you will remain confined for a time. Master Huang Gai, consider well your loyalty. Ah! The letter confined Huang Gai immediately wrote the confined Huang Gai immediately wrote and sent a letter to Cao Cao offering his surrender. Obviously, around the same time, a spy Cao Cao had sent to Sun Quan's force was also writing him concerning this incident. The ships and now this, truly remarkable, though I expect nothing less of my lord. I'm sure Zhuge Liang is impressed. I still have my doubts. Still, I can only hope that this is true. Zhou Yu accepts Peng Tong's suggestion. Zhou Yu and Huang Gai enact the poison meat strategy. Zhou Yu and Huang Gai gain the special bond, Wheels of Last Resort. During this time, as far as the commands we are giving to help develop Jiangxia, a real big problem is we have 27 officers. We have so many officers that we churn through the gold pretty quickly. So most of what we're doing is just investigating both with our own personal commands as well as with our warlord, that's Zhuge Liang's commands, and these other ones are often left idle, which is unfortunate. We're also doing a little bit of a roundabout trip, meeting new people, looking to maybe be able to incorporate them or invite them to our army if the kind of opportunity presents itself. An example of which is Ma Liang, who was a servant of Shu normally, and so we're looking to improve relations with him. He is pretty strong, having a nice governance and intelligence stat here, and so we would love to be able to pick him up. Cao Cao had received both Huang Gai's letter of surrender and his spy's confirmation of what happened. I still do not believe someone like Huang Gai would easily betray their lord, says Cao Cao. Cheng Yu, Huang Gai had faithfully served 3 generations of the Sun family. Zhou Yu used his position to punish him in front of the other officers. So you think that he has lost faith in Zhou Yu? Sun Quan may learn to regret the worm in his midst. Heaven is with us. Or is it? We have done what we can. Now we must wait for a southeastern wind. Master Zhuge Liang has put an altar and is even now performing the ceremony. I am sure the winds will blow. And this might be the last cutscene we get. The Battle of Chibi. Waiting for the southeastern wind. Oh, it's a cutscene. Probably the most significant battle in the entirety of the Three Kingdoms kind of romanticized novel. And there's Cao Cao, waiting to attack. A man should sing praises of his wine. I don't know why these cutscenes are so quiet. The days of men are numbered. Though like the morning dew, days dissolve into the past. I think he's singing. I can barely hear it, which means you guys can barely hear it. At both work and revel, my heart shall never forget past kindness. The moon shines brightly among the stars. Ravens fly south. They circle the tree thrice. We used to be 3 wives, but now we're on 2. Now it's just 3 tripedal balance. And there's the southeastern wind, summoned by Zhuge Liang. And there's Huang Gai surrendering. The plan can proceed, says Huang Gai. Everyone, let's give them a taste of the flame. And they crash their ships into the ships that are chained together of Lord Cao Cao, burning the fleet, setting it ablaze. Zhou Yu, you had this plan from the very beginning. Oh no, he did. There's Zhou Yu being Zhou Yu-like, as one does. And now forward, do not allow Cao Cao to escape. The gleaming sword. The flames set by Huang Gai were spread by the southeastern wind and spread quickly among the chained ships. Soon, all the ships were trapped in an inferno. Cao Cao's great army fell apart, and the alliance of Liu Bei and Sun Quan was victorious. Zhuge Liang prays at the Shrine of the Seven Stars and calls forth the southeastern wind. Huang Gai uses the fire ships to burn Cao Cao's fleet, getting close enough under the guise of false surrender, and Cao Cao's group loses to Liu Bei, Sun Quan, and coalition army at Chibi. Inspired by their victory at the Battle of Chibi, the Eastern Wu armies rallied behind Zhou Yu to begin their eagerly awaited conquest of Jing province, that is, the area that used to belong to Liu Bei. Kind of the middle of the map, the southern middle. We must first take Jiangling if we have any hopes of conquest. Cao Ren, who is garrisoned there, may be a fierce fighter, but he will prove no match for us. Lu Su, Gan Ning, and Zhou Yu, that is a scary bunch. Let's wipe Cao Ren's troops right out of Jing province. Cao Ren watches Liu Bei's movements closely. We can utilize him as a distraction and wait for an advantageous position. Lu Su speak in fact. We have no time for that, says Zhou Yu. Soldiers of Eastern Wu, heed my voice. We will crush Jiangling in one swift blow. Alright, however, Cao Ren's defense of Jiangling was admirable and caused Zhou Yu much trouble. Cao Ren, very strong general. None shall keep me from taking the city, says Zhou Yu. Soldiers, to me! Fall back, my lord, you're too far. Uh-oh. Run them through. Follow my... I would follow his to the end of my days. But he, of course, is shot by an arrow. Zhou Yu, who led the assault, was pierced by a stray arrow and fell from his horse. His soldiers recovered him and retreated. The invading armies raised a banner of mourning and grieved their loss. So Zhou Yu was cursed by bad luck and struck by an arrow. A pity, but a ripe chance for us to press the advantage. Prepare an army for raid during the night, says Cao Ren. Oh no. Cao Ren's troops rushed the Eastern Wu camp, but no one was found. Curious? What? What is the meaning of this? Ha ha ha. You simpleton, how easily you were lured from behind those walls. What, you're alive? You tricked me. Yeah, that's how it works, my guy. It's too late for you now. Get them. I'll bring back his head, says Gan Ning. The clever trap overwhelmed Cao Ren, who had to retreat and abandon his defense of Jiangling. And of course, they go marching right into the city. Feigning my death to draw out the enemy was brilliant strategy. Well done. I love how he calls his own strategy. It was brilliant. Big nice. Thank you. I'll take all the accomplishments myself. Well done. To me. Thank you. Though your death may be fake, that injury is not. Do take care of yourself. Don't be silly. There's nothing to fear. The fortress is entirely unguarded. Zhou Yu's troops casually approached Jiangling, but when they arrived, a new flag had already been raised. What? Isn't that the banner of Liu Bei? Begone! I hold the fortress under the will of my lord. Nonsense. Did you not see it was us who removed Cao Cao's army? Yeah, we'll just borrow this for a second. Give us one hot minute as Liu Bei backstabs his ally. Of course, Liu Bei is the honorable and dignified Liu Bei. By our strength, was the Battle of Chibi won, says Zhou Yu. Therefore, Jing province belongs to us. This Jing province belonged to Liu Bei, dark Zhuge Liang here, and now that rightfully files to his son, Liu Qi. As his guardian, Lord Liu Bei has the right to seize this fortress as he sees fit. You filthy worm, Zhuge Liang. Calm yourself. Your wound will worsen. He stole what should be mine from right under my hands. Strumpet, strumpet, strumpet. You must move. You are more important to Eastern Wu than the city. Please come and allow your wound to heal. Los bastardos. Los bastardos. Zhou Yu was forced to leave, allowing Liu Bei to secure a foothold in the region and begin a conquest of his own. Zhou Yu attacks Jiangling and defeats Cao Cao's soldiers. Liu Bei obtains Jiangling. Sounds like a good deal for us. And we get Jiangling as our main base. And this will probably, for some time, be our main base. So we will be kind of getting some power oriented here. We're going to make sure that there's a decent force over here in Jiangxia to help defend it. Wei Yan is here. Okay, so we do have a decent looking force with Wei Yan, Zhang Fei, and Guan Ping being the governor here. But overall, looks very, very strong. Not as strong as what we have in this city currently, but we were planning on putting Zhang Fei and Wei Yan together over here to kind of hold this down, as we now have two cities. This is going to be our main city for some time. We also are going to be having a lot more income here, and so we will be able to engage in a lot more development, which is going to be super, super, super nice for us. I think we'll check the comrade slots because they did get all shuffled up. We, of course, will put the wifey in the wife slot. That's how that works. It puts the square in the square hole. We will also be slotting in Guan Yu here, and then Huang Yuying, I think, overall has the best stats with 88 intelligence and 87 governance. The next up is kind of, I think, Sun Qian with 79, 84. He's also War Minister in another city, so we'll just slot her in here. And this will be kind of the same setup we had before. We could have Shen Dao if we really wanted to, in order to have the 5-5-5 deal from Domino's, but I think we'll settle ourselves with this one, be really more intelligence-oriented, at least for now, until we can find perhaps another... Well, maybe this is a reason to have a governance guy. The fact that with a governance guy, this guy's a domestic minister in Jiangling, with a governance guy, we could become 5-5-5 with governance here. Huang Yuying, we would leave her by the wayside, at least for now. She's in Jiangxia, and maybe she could do a bit of good there, and this will also boost quite a bit the governance of these guys, which will also bring us up to a governance of 10 or 90 on Huawei. Which is an important breakpoint because she is going to be the advisor here. So I think we're going to go with this, and then we will confirm this comrade setup, and then we will go back and we will come into the city and we will assign ministers. Very important, or we will check the ministers at the very least that we have assigned. Very important breakpoint. We have here passing the 90 on Huawei, gaining that extra governance, because now she will get 2 orders instead of 1. We have Zhao Yun in charge of here with Fierce Charger. To be fair, we could switch to Guan Yu at this point, but I think that we prefer the mobility on our units in exchange for some defense. And then here we're just going to have Zhuge Li on it here because reasons. But I think we could also change the governor, assign governor of over here. I think we can change it, and we maybe don't want to have, what's his name, the governor. I think it'd be a little bit more RP. I mean, to be fair, the current governor might be a little bit better in Guan Ping, but we're gonna make our sworn oath brother governor over Guan Ping. He's not the brightest guy in the bunch, 30 intelligence, but it do be what it be, and we will give him the position. I think we are going to conclude the episode here. This episode, we did most of the flavor events associated with Chibi. I think that's going to be most of the flavor events, or the largest density flavor events we have for the run, and we're going to be transitioning now more into more normal play. We do have ourselves a little bit of a power base, but at the same time, Cao Cao is still really, really scary. We want to expand into the southern Jing province here, down in the south, as well as expand to the west, taking Liu Zhang's territory off his hands. There might be an event that's just going to give us kind of all of this. We'll see exactly how that plays out. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll kind of hunker down here. We'll try and recruit some guys up. We'll try and expand our power base here while kind of being a little bit chill. I mean, there's not a lot of troops here, so maybe Changsha is soft enough for us to just go for kind of in a more immediate fashion, but I'm a little bit concerned about being attacked by Cao Cao, so I think we'll chill for now. But if you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do the YouTube algorithm thing, and other than that, have a good day.